Hey everyone, hello. As always, I hope this video finds you in good health and in good spirits. Today's video is about one of the most infamous and misunderstood occult organizations of the modern era, the Temple of Set. It's a group that broke away from the Church of Satan in the mid-1970s, positioning itself as a more serious, initiatory, and magical order. While some see it as a dark cult, others see it as a legitimate philosophical school exploring ancient traditions, psychology, and spiritual transformation. So let's unravel what the Temple of Set is, how it began, what it teaches, and why it continues to fascinate seekers and skeptics alike. Well, the story begins with Anton LaVey, founder of the Church of Satan in 1966. His church was notorious for its theatrical rituals, its black mass, and philosophy of self-indulgence. But in 1975, one of LaVey's high-ranking members, Michael A. Aquino, a U.S. Army officer and occultist, had a falling out with LaVey. And Aquino felt that LaVey had, turned the Church of Satan into more of a show than a serious spiritual path, especially when LaVey allegedly began selling priesthood titles. That year, Aquino performed a ritual invoking the ancient Egyptian god Set, a deity associated with darkness, chaos, storms, and individual power. Aquino claimed that Set manifested to him and dictated a new text called the Book of Coming Forth by Night. This became the founding scripture for the Temple of Set that was officially established in 1975. To understand the Temple of Set, we need to understand its namesake. In Egyptian mythology, Set was a complex god. He was the brother of Osiris and Isis, and the uncle of Horus. Set is often portrayed as the god who killed Osiris, plunging Egypt into chaos. Because of this, he's been associated with destruction, darkness, and disorder. But in earlier times, Set wasn't always seen as purely evil. He was also a protector of Ra, battling the serpent Apophis each night to defend cosmic order. He represented strength, survival, and the untamable aspect of existence. For the Temple of Set, the god is not worshipped as a deity, but respected as an archetype of individual will, self-deification, and conscious evolution. The Temple of Set is often described as a left-hand path organization. In occult terminology, the right-hand path emphasizes surrender to a divine order or God, while the left-hand path emphasizes self-deification, personal power, and carving one's own destiny. Some of the temple's core concepts included Kepher, the Egyptian word meaning to come into being or to become. It represents the idea of personal transformation, self-realization, and the continual process of evolving into a higher form of oneself. And initiation. Members progress through different degrees, similar to the other esoteric orders. Advancement is based on personal growth and not just blind obedience. And black magic. Not necessarily evil spells, but the use of ritual, symbolism, and psychology to transform consciousness and shape reality according to will. and individualism. Members are encouraged to reject conformity and instead cultivate their own path of self-realization. The Temple of Set is structured as an initiatory order with 6 degrees of membership, from Setian 1st degree to Epismus 6th degree. Unlike the Church of Satan, which was more public and media-driven, the Temple of Set tends to be more private, more scholarly, and initiatory. Rituals are often deeply symbolic, drawing on Egyptian myth, psychology, and personal symbolism. Members may create their own magical workings to deepen self-transformation. And during the 80s and 90s, the Temple of Set often found itself dragged into the satanic panic hysteria. Michael Aquino, in particular, faced media attacks and false allegations, particularly due to his military career. And while none of the charges were ever substantiated, the shadow of controversy follows the organization. For outsiders, the idea of worshiping Set or practicing the left-hand path often conjures images of evil cults or black magic. But insiders argue that the Temple of Set is more about philosophy, psychology, and personal evolution than devil worship. And aside from Michael Aquino, the Temple of Set attracts academics, magicians, and alternative thinkers. And while it never became as mainstream as the Church of Satan, it has influenced modern culture or occult movements and continues to exist today with international members. The idea of Kepler, self-deification, and conscious evolution has influenced not just occultists, but also writers, musicians, and philosophers interested in alternative spirituality. So, what do we take from the Temple of Set? For some, it's a sinister cult that broke away from Satanism and dabbles in dark forces. For others, it's a serious school of esoteric thought, offering tools for transformation and empowerment. What can't be denied is that the Temple of Set is a fascinating chapter in the history of modern occultism, a blend of ancient Egyptian mythology, modern magical philosophy, and the eternal human desire to evolve beyond what we are. Well, that's it for today's journey into the hidden world of the Temple of Set. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share with somebody who might enjoy the video, and leave a comment. And also remember, sometimes the path we fear the most are the ones that hold the deepest truths. All right, everyone. Take care. Peace.